When you have a dog that doesn't behave that way, when you see one that does, it's very hard.
What is it about the situation that's traumatizing? Is it Kalani's elevated level of stress? Is it the display of aggression? Is it how you personally feel about the situation? You don't want her to bite you again, is what you're saying? Okay. It was scary. Trust. I don't know if you saw, but like when the muzzle came off, she was right here. Oh my goodness. All right, there's a few deer out here in the field. We don't have our e-collar. I'm gonna let her make a decision. Good girl. Good choice. You have 3 buttons. You have the T, this is just vibrate. You have the stim, and then you have the boost. You stim the dog here. When the dog says fuck you, you say fuck you back and you boost. So just ignore her. She may be a little excited that you're here. So this is just overstimulation. And like I said, this is a loose leash walk, so I don't care where she's at as long as she's not pulling me. When she does start pulling me, I'm gonna give her a little bit of leash correction. Any questions before we have you do this? So wait, so when you open that door, what's gonna happen? So reposition. You get closer to the door now. There you go. Tell her sit. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hots. Pop up. There you go. Wait for eye contact. Just wait. You hooked up to the wrong collar.
I don't know which one the right collar is.
Okay, put her back in the crate.
Okay.
Kalani, kennel, come here, mama.
Kennel?
Come on.
I know.
Kalani, I need you to listen to me when I say stuff, right? Because you put me in a very sketchy situation just there. The leash was off. She was off leash. I don't want her to start running around, fucking around. So I have to grab her. Well, now that I grab her, you see, she's like, hey, why are you grabbing me? There's a big moment of conflict there. Rather than to make it a thing and have your dog bite me right in front of you and continue to add to your PTSD, I did something I don't usually do, and I used a treat to get the dog into the crate. Now we gotta wait for her to finish that, okay? So, before she comes out, make sure you're hooked onto, it's the chain link collar. It looks like this, okay? So it's gonna be, when it's around her, it's like this. You wanna grab this part, because that's the part that you're using.
And then hook this on before she comes out.
Correct, correct.
So I gotta find this.
So this is gonna be right on top of the e-collar. The one you hooked up to is below the e-collar. So find the blue e-collar and then look up above it. That's where this is gonna be sitting. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And breathe, relax, you're good. I'm not upset, you're good.
It's above the e-collar.
Yep. And look, if you're not sure, just shut the door and then we'll talk and then you can go back. Not a big deal, not the end of the world. Did you find it? Yep, there you go, boom. Now you're good. Fantastic.
Want some water? Kalani, you want water?
Nope, she's good. So then go to the door. When you get to the door, you tell her sit.
Sit. Out.
Good. So your leash is all,
Leash is jacked.
yep. So right hand through the loop. Right thumb, I mean, there you go. Fantastic, perfect. That's good. No, no, bring her back. Close the door. So you want her position kind of right here. So use your leash. Bring her here. Say free.
Free.
Okay. Kalani, sit. Good. Now open the door. Pause. She needs to give you eye contact. Then you say FREE.
Free.
Good. Same thing at this door. That's the thing she likes to do. No big deal. Sit. Okay. Open the door. Wait. Let go of the door.
She's confused.
Nope, she's impulsive. Just wait her out. She hears what's going on out there. She's tuning you out. If she goes forward, you're gonna check her with the chain. There it is, good. Free. Good. Slow down a bit, slow down, you're good. Pop her, Ats. Yep. So the hard part's over, okay? Now it's easy breezy. Don't speed up to catch up to her. If she's walking too fast, give her a tug on the leash. Remember, you're walking her, she's not walking you. Do you notice the change in demeanor between handlers? So this is going to be a big issue she's going to need help with. Just the reassurance, you know, not beating her up for little mistakes. Build her confidence.
I think the other thing too is, and I think Kalani got there before this, but when Lisa walks her, she walks slower than I do. So her adjusting to
Well, we're tall, we have big strides.
Right.
So that's why I'm telling her, don't catch up to her, make her be at your
Slow
speed.
down.
So far, so good? And all I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to structure a walk. When you're home, structure it however you like. Just take these little concepts and exercises.
Or not adapt, I don't mean that.
But yeah, just make it come together. Make it make sense for you guys and your lifestyle and what you do. But here,
Looping around her thumb.
oh, yeah, well, let her figure it out. That's also part of learning, right? Where's your thumb supposed to be? There you go.
Yes, Sensei. When she pulls, am I supposed to give a tug?
You tell me. Do you want her to continue pulling?
No, I don't.
Yeah, then you need to give her feedback. Yep, perfect. And depending on how intensely she's pulling, depends on your feedback. So that was pretty appropriate for how she was pulling. All right, come and turn around. Give a little pop. Directional pop, yep. Good. Good reeling in. So, okay, we have an issue here. What's going on? What is she looking at? So relax the tension, relax the tension. All right, it came and went. Moment came and went. But when she circled around, you saw how she kind of, I call that predatory drift, where she kind of comes around and she's looking. Did you see it or no?
Yes.
But nothing came of it, so. But when you see that behavior, she's looking for a problem. She's looking for something to do. So I don't necessarily want to do anything until she decides. There you go, good. I don't mind if you switch hands as long as your thumb is through the loop. That's fine. So let's pause here. I think she might have to poop again. Yeah, she's doing the pre-elimination behavior. And this is her poop spot, yep. All right, that's as far as you're gonna go. Excuse you. So I want to check that stool because it sounds a little loose to me. Okay. So it's a little mucusy, but it's mostly solid. No big deal, but I heard it. Let's check it out. So when you hear me count down, we're gonna do the same thing, okay? 3, 2, 1. Nope. It's all right. Pop up on the leash. Pop up on. Go Otts. Good. Now fix your leash. Grab it. Yep. No, don't be sorry. Correct her back into position. Where is she supposed to be? Next to you. Otts! Pop. Otts! Okay, so we got to fix something. In the recall, why are you coming down to her like this?
Oh, yeah.
Right? She's supposed to be coming to you. So if I'm the dog, right? You recall me, Kalani, come. I turn around. When I'm coming to you, I need to see this picture. You're taking a couple steps back, reeling her in. And then when she's committed, you stop so that she can come into that sit. But you're standing straight up. You look confused.
I am confused.
Okay. So she's going away. I'm you now, okay? I go, Kalani, come. When she turns around, yes, good girl. As I'm reeling her in, I come to a stop. I let her land. When she gets here, she has to sit or do the heel, just some kind of control, right? But you don't need to come down to her.
Okay.
Because as soon as you did that, what did she do?
She,
spazzed out.
yeah. Okay.
Okay? So just remember, keep that in mind for the next one. Free?
Free. Ox.
All right, let her get ahead of you a little. 3, 2, nope. Keep walking. Keep walking. Three, 2, 1. Stop. Wait. Otts. Wait for eye contact now. Take a half step to your right. Yep, good. Keep walking. Okay, now drop the leash. Just walk next to her. Keep walking. Go Otts, yep. Perfect. I didn't even use the e-collar there. All right. 3, 2, 1. Back up, back up, back up. Stop. Go Otts. Otts. Oh. Okay, now face her. Take a couple steps back. Go here and point. Kalani, here. Wait it out. Take a half step to your right. Wait for eye contact. Nope, that wasn't it. Ots.
Ots. Ots.
Okay, so, but this is fatigue. She's tired, right? So no big deal. Say her name.
Kalani.
Yeah, now go.
Ots.
Good, good.
She wants that air conditioning.
Yep, yep, she does.
She's not dumb.
No,
She's wearing her fur coat.
yep. Yeah, I'm out here sweating too, man. I get it. Otzer, yep, good. Ots again? Yep, good. Now you may go pet your dog.
My leash skills.
It's all right. We'll talk about it. Pet your dog.
Was that?
Yep. You earned that. Go sit down. Thoughts? What are you thinking about right now?
Suck.
What? You suck? What do you mean?
My leash handling skills.
You're not a dog trainer.
I am unfortunately used to controlling her.
Uh-huh. So you have to let go of some of that control, right? You're used to pulling all the strings. You don't have to do that anymore. The second you started acting like the old you, she started acting like the old her. That's why I stopped you and we talked about it and I interrupted that pattern, okay? Then, moving forward, it got better. It wasn't as good as with me or with Bill, but we're not comparing here. That was the best I've seen you handle your dog since I've met you. And it ended good enough. Wouldn't you say? She listened to you the last few times you otsed her.
That's true. And the deep ops is when there's something by the truck, I don't know if it was a rock or a bug or whatever, but that's why.
Okay.
And when I did that, yeah, she left it and she came right in here.
So you're a little insecure, you're lacking confidence in your handling abilities, which is normal at this point in the process. But this is where you have to recognize the weaknesses and make them your strengths. So your verbal corrections need to be more affirmative because you were kind of ots, kind of at the same level. You also need to follow through. So when you were otsing her for not sitting, you kind of just stood there and waited for her to respond. Her not responding is a response. So that's where you need to follow through ots.
Okay, so grab the leash, right?
Well,
'Cause
not by her
I
neck.
didn't have it,
Right, you didn't have it in your hand.
right, so.
But you can reach for the leash kind of below her, pop up, ots.
Okay,
Or use your spatial pressure, go towards her, right? So she's here, she's not sitting, ots. That doesn't work, ots, until she sits. The reason I was a little bit more lenient was because she's gassed. She just did this 3 times. I'm sweating, it's starting to get warmer out. She's been mentally stimulated. It's a lot for her. So she went into the down. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna beat you up for the down, just get the eye contact, which you did. All right, let's go. You saw her have a little pip in her step. She was trying to get back in here to the AC because she wanted to cool down. So that's also a reason for the poor performance. It wasn't just your handling, the dog was fatigued. And this is why I was questioning, should we even do a third one? But I wanted you.
Yeah, I saw the look on your face like,
Yeah.
I saw you.
And that was because I was like, okay, that one was really good. That would be the perfect moment to end it, but I didn't want to rob you of an opportunity to get a repetition.
I get it.
Now, I'm still glad we did it because we were able to work through that. I know that was a pivotal moment because your other trainer would have done what?
Oh my God, he would have yelled at me. Holy shit.
You stupid, you almost got me bit.
Exactly.
Right. But okay, I didn't get bit, thank goodness. So let's work through this, realize what you did wrong, fix it.
Right.
Now, if we're 10 reps in and you're doing the same things, I may get a little annoyed, you know. But I can't beat you up for something that you don't know how to do. That's what you're paying me for. That's why you hired me. Once we got out of, into the driveway out in the grass, I kind of saw you relax a little bit. There was a lot of tension coming out through the doors and things like that. You're nervous, right? We talked about, are you nervous? You said, yeah, well, nervous and excited are the same thing. It's just how you perceive it. So you're perceiving it, worst case scenario, what if this happens? What if I don't do that, right? Where I'm perceiving it, what if she succeeds? What if she does well? What if... So I'm excited for you, right? I feel it too, because if shit goes downhill, who's the one that has to go get it? Me. I would say there's room for improvement, but it wasn't terrible, and we ended on a good note. You got to give your dog affection, and she received it appropriately.
Right.
She didn't break place, she wasn't whining, she didn't throw her head back, she didn't submit. That was a picture perfect moment.
So, you were saying something about the difference between the handlers, right? She responds differently to him than she does to me.
Well, there was just a clear change in demeanor between me handling Kalani, Bill handling Kalani, and you handling Kalani.
And she picked up on all of that?
Well, the moment of uncertainty we had in the kennel with the wrong leash and then me grabbing her and then having to go through that kind of made her feel a little bit more confident in herself because she won that rep. I had to get her. She wouldn't go in the crate. I knew that if I forced her in, she was going to bite me. So now I got to pick and choose my battle. This is not an issue any other time outside of this certain context, this specific context. So why am I going to pick this battle knowing it's not an issue? Let me just get her back in the crate, take the tension out, and let's talk it through. We did just that. Second time, you were flustered, but you found it. You got her on leash, you brought her out, cool. But then I noticed you were just kind of trying to get through it, right? Because when you had her sit, you didn't even open the door. You're like, okay, free. But that's not what we did.
Right. Okay.
It's you sit, I open the door, you wait, you look at me. Then I say free. Then we went to the other side or the next door. That went well. She was kind of looking outside and you're like, what did you say? She's confused? You said she's confused.
Oh, when she was...
In my office,
Yeah.
the second door.
Yeah.
Why did you think she was confused?
Because she didn't know which side to stand on? Or that's just normally what she does?
Well, do you remember I pointed out the pattern? She likes to come around me and sit here. So that's the pattern she did. But when you opened that door, she wasn't confused, she was distracted. She was worried about what was outside because she heard the dogs, she heard the grass guys cutting, and she wasn't worried about you. The other thing I had you do was you were keeping your hand on the door.
Right.
Just open the door and stop. Because what that is, it's a marker almost, where if your hand's on the door, you can shut it. But if your hand's not on the door, you can't. For me, my hand's not on the door, and if she goes, I'm gonna shut the door, and I'm gonna correct. And it doesn't matter whether my hand's holding the door or not, you have to respect that threshold.
Okay.
So then we wait her out, she looks at you, permission-based movement, good, free. You come out, Kevin was walking shiner and she kind of noticed, but for the most part, she went with you. Then there was the aspect of she was walking a little bit ahead of you.
She always does that with me. She walks very fast with me.
And you keep up.
Just like you notice, yeah, I keep up with her.
So we changed that. Follow my pace. And she did. There was no issues with squirrels on the way there. We went on the end of the dead end. There was a little bit of predatory drift where when you turned around, she kind of came out in front of you and was like looking for something, but then it died out. Nothing happened. That behavior was what led to the spinning zoomies where she wraps the leash around herself, or trying to target and go after squirrels, deer, things like that. That's always what she would do. She comes out wide and bounces and then goes forward. So when I see that behavior, I'm ready. And then if nothing happens, good.
Ready being a pop.
Ready, or e-collar or pop. And in my case, I was ready with the e-collar because you had the leash.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So we didn't get as many recalls in, but that's just because
She was tired.
there was no opportunity really.
Oh, okay.
Just the opportunity wasn't there. I needed to see something before I was like, let's do the recall.
Oh, okay. And what you're looking for is if she's too far away?
What I'm looking for is, are you handling the way that you need to be handling? Do you have the dog? And you did not have the dog.
No.
Okay? But that's okay, because the next time you do this, it's gonna be better. She's gonna be better, you're gonna be better. And it's just gonna be a matter of practice. But, like I was telling him, this is something you're gonna need support on. You need the feedback. You need to, it's not even harp on you or beat you up, but just like point out the mistakes and let her fix them. But you have to make the effort to fix them.
Right.
Don't just go, I don't know, or throw your hands up. We're still training. We're in the moment. Follow through. We'll cry about it later, or we'll talk about it later, or feel sorry about it later, right?
Right.
And then, yeah, I think it ended well. She wanted to come in. She was tired, so we want to understand that aspect of it too. Maybe next time I'll have you go first.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, but it's beneficial for you to see it happen successfully as many times as possible.
Yeah, for sure. And for her as well.
Yeah, but to also give you the confidence. And also what I was explaining to Bill in the walk up was, all I'm doing here is teaching you how to structure a walk. When you go home, structure it however it benefits you the most. Here we did it the same exact way 3 times with 3 different handlers, just to make it ritualistic, set the precedence, help her understand the expectation. If I would have done it different, he would have done it different, you would have done it different, there's no consistency there. But we all did it the same exact way, and she performed the same exact way to an extent. There was a little bit of a decline towards the end, but that's just stamina, performance. We've been going at it for 2 hours.
Right.
And then it got warmer, progressively warmer outside. Sun came out. Right. Landscapers are outside. There's more variables than when I did it. More variables than when Bill did it. You kind of had the worst luck out of all 3 of us. Your situation was the most difficult. And that's why I say it was good enough. It wasn't perfect. I'm sure it wasn't what you expected, personally, but it's better than you've had.
That's true. It's really hard I'm used to being in charge of the walk.
But you've never been in charge of the walk.
Maybe that's,
Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
That was the first time you were actually in control. When you relinquished control and you allowed the dog to be the dog, and you gave the dog feedback in the moments that the dog needed feedback.
I think it goes to what we talked about yesterday with micromanaging.
You gotta let go.
I think we need to let the dog be the dog.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Within structure, rules, but we can't micromanage her.
Because there's no clarity in that. We train, we don't restrain. Just remember that motto. We train, we don't restrain. Restraining means micromanaging, controlling, don't make a mistake, don't do this, don't do that. No, please do. Please do, so I can tell you that that's the wrong choice, and that this is what you should be doing.
And we've seen that work, where she thinks through the bad options and comes to the right decision. Down there where we were taking a turn and she was intently looking in the woods. There was a point in time where she would have been gone.
It's true.
And
So-
this time, she looked for 2 or 3 steps and then, okay, let's just keep going.
Yep. Count your blessings, not your problems. There's still things to improve on, but there's a lot of things that have improved.
Right. I gotta let go of that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way also. For all 3 of us, at least halfway up the driveway, if not 3/4 of the way up the driveway, she was free. She could have gone anywhere. And I dare say, not one of us can run as fast as she can.
Maybe Kevin, but
So, and trust me, she knows that. But she didn't.
so
Again, that's letting her
how are you feeling? Because I'm looking at you and you almost look disappointed in yourself. Why?
You controlled her. You did well.
What was your personal expectation? What would have you jumping for joy?
If my walk looked like yours.
What was so different about it?
It was like the less attractive cousin, I mean, but it's still, the similarities are there. There we are.
Oh my God.
There she is.
That was so good.
If this dog training thing doesn't work out, I could always try stand-up comedy.
And I would go. I would be there every show.
And I appreciate you, but seriously, lighten up. Stop being so hard on yourself. You're making,
I am extremely hard on
you're making leaps and bounds here.
So when I put her up the second time, she was already exhausted. I had to stop her from drinking water because she was gonna drink too much and then she'd be a bloat risk. So
Right.
give yourself some grace. It was a different set.
Yeah. And remember this feeling, because the next time you handle her and it looks better than Bill's walk and my walk, you're gonna be like, yeah, what's up, motherfuckers? Okay? So just feel it. I'm okay with you feeling it and being emotional. I just don't want you to stay stuck in it. I don't want you to marinate in it. Use it as motivation to do better and be better. Because you have improved over the last 7 weeks, both of you. You came in here first crying, wanting to pet your dog, and being sad about that. Now you're upset with yourself because you didn't perform as well as you thought you would. You see how the mind shift shifts? The priorities shift?
Right.
And then I let you pet your dog, and it was a great moment.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you earned it.
I am too hard on myself, and something about, I am paying attention. I don't want you to think I'm not paying attention.
I don't think that. I don't think that. There's a lot going on.
It's a lot of things to remember.
Well, look, like I told you, I'm nicer than my mentor was to me. I've been put in your situation where I'm getting belittled and yelled at and what the fuck are you doing? And I have a dog that's trying to maul me and I have to figure it the fuck out. So I've been in your position before. I've been in that hot seat. That's why I'm giving you the grace. But I'm not gonna enable you. I'm not gonna coddle you. I'm not gonna bribe you or anything like that. I'm gonna be respectful, but in the regard that I want you to fix this current thing you're doing.
Right.
But I would say that was probably like a 6.57 out of 10, if I'm being critical.
You could have graded me lower. I would have.
No, but that's my honest grade.
I think one of the things that we both have to work on beyond the stopping the micromanagement is she doesn't get to do it, permission-based. She doesn't get to do anything without looking at us for the approval or this is what I want you to do. So like at the door, you know, that door can stay open for 30 minutes and she's gonna sit there until she looks and asks permission for what we want her to do, which is to go outside. So if, you know, we did it twice, once with me and with you, and I think actually 3 times, once with Daniel. Until she looks up, we're gonna stand there in the middle of the driveway. Because she has to look to us for permission. If we do anything other than make her do that, all of this is for naught, because then she's in control.
And do you understand the thought process, like why we're waiting for her to look at us before we continue to move?
It's a check-in. Right.
Sure.
She's checking in.
But do you understand the why behind it? Because in the moment when she's not looking at you, what is she?
She's
Distracted.
She's not paying attention.
Priority is somewhere else. If I then go, okay, you're free, what is going to be her first inclination, her priority? But if you wait until you're the priority and then you say free, what's going to be her priority?
I am.
You. Not the squirrel, not the bird, not the landscaper, not the dog, not the deer. You. Because she had to give you that to earn the freedom to walk away from you. And now you're building value in yourself. She needs to do things to get things. Transactions. Versus just, she's looking, whatever, okay, yeah, I guess you did what I wanted, you're free. And then she goes right back to doing what you don't. And now there's conflict, and now you're trying to call her back when you just released her and she wants to do this, but you want her here.
Right.
Do you see how
It could get confusing for her.
or at the very least just so overwhelming that I'm like, fuck you, I'm just gonna do what I want. Because that's easier than to stop and
Trying to
think
figure
and
out, right.
I guess the other thing for me is the realization that it's not just come back to me and sit. It's come back to me, sit, and pay attention to me.
wait to be released. Right? Check in, wait to be
What the
released.
next part of this is. What do you want to do? You know, because maybe I want to go that way now.
And do you also see how we separated the obedience recall with the corrections of don't do this? It wasn't come because I don't want you to do this. It was stop doing that. And then as a result, she would either come back to you or check in or stop doing it. And then when she's getting far ahead, we want to start developing that check-in. Kalani, come. Oh, what's up? Oh, we're good? All right. Let me go back to what I was doing.
So with the come, it's always step back, step back, step back.
Well, you want to use your body language, right? So the same, if you were on place and you start breaking, I'm coming in with the body pressure, you're going back. With the recall, come. And then I stop to give you a landing point. Because if I just keep walking back, you're going to be like,
Keep going.
they'll just be like, what the fuck, and check out. But in that initial one, we're this separate, and I go, come, and you start to come, yeah, pretty girl. Maybe 3-4 steps back, just enough to give her the picture as she's coming to you. Then you stop, standing straight up, wait for her to come into the heel, into the sit, wherever it is she's gonna land. If she passes you, just kind of look to see, is she coming around here? Oh, okay, look, she's next to me and sat. I did that a couple times because I thought she blew me off, but she actually was just coming around to sit. If she drives past me and that leash is going, turn around, here. And then she comes and sits. But it's your body, you're 12 o'clock. You're always gonna face the dog. So if this is the dog, I recall her and she ends up there, here. And now the dog comes to me because the picture is coming to me. Does that make sense? It's all about the presentation. And when things don't work out according to plan or the way you expected, you just adjust. Right? Call an audible. I want you here. Make the dog finish the sequence and follow through. And then make sure, am I presenting a clear picture? Because if I go, hey, come here, that's unclear. That's why when you're calling her and you're coming towards her, I'm like, no, don't do that. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Because that's that whole spatial pressure, right?
Right, spatial, that.
Um,
Or also just, oh, maybe I want to come up and kiss you, or maybe I want to jump on you, or it just opens the door for problematic behaviors and things that I don't want. If I'm always presenting it in the same way, come here, and I'm standing waiting for you to get to me, then the dog is doing the work. But if I'm reaching down, grabbing the leash, or I'm doing the work.
okay. And that's the thing, I've always
Done the work.
done the work.
Correct.
And that's what I meant about being in control. I didn't, because you're right, I didn't have the control. It was me doing the work. Even something as simple as changing my pace to keep up with her.
The best way to modify somebody else's behavior
Change your own.
is to modify your own. And the second you stopped keeping up with her, she started keeping up with you.
So does she walk fast with, or you walk fast?
We have we're long legged. We have, a bigger stride. So we don't have to walk as fast. Our 1 step is her 3 steps.
And that's why she walks that way? I just don't know why she just hauls ass. It seems like she hauls ass when she's with me, but it doesn't seem like she's hauling ass when
I
she's
walk
with
faster.
Oh.
It's just a stride thing.
Yeah, it's just,
But also she's used to doing that to you. You said it.
you try and catch
Because
up.
yeah.
So we changed that. You keep up with me. Keep pace with me. You're walking the dog is not walking you. So if you want to take a slow, leisurely stroll, we're going to take a slow, leisurely stroll.
And every time she pulls away, it's us.
Right. So as soon as you start to feel tension on that leash, so you're holding the leash right, she starts to walk ahead. Right about here, if you fall behind a step and she takes a step, you're at full tension. You don't want it to get to here and then give feedback. Right when it gets to here, and then that'll loosen. Do you see?
Yeah.
Right? So it starts to get here, That's kind of the thing. It's kind of like, hey, wait up. And now if I go, and she still does it, and I go, and she still does it, I'm not going to again. I'm going to go, a little bit louder. Maybe, maybe 2 leash pops. I'm serious. Stop pulling me.
I don't have followed her.
Right.
That's
Not
why
yet.
She continues to do what she does because I don't mean what I say.
Not yet, you don't. You will. But it's, ask, tell, make, ATM. At the very minimum, anything that you tell the dog, you're going to ask the dog, you're going to tell the dog, you're going to make the dog. And if you do that every single time, they'll start to understand it when you ask. Ask, ATM, ask, tell, make. Questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up today's lesson? Are we cooked?
I am cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked.
Yeah.
It's a lot to. It is a process. It really is. It's not something as simple as throwing a leash on and heading out the door. It's not. It really isn't.
Nope.
And it has to be consistent.
And it has to be consistent. You get what you pay.
As we wrap up episode 7 of the Kalani Project, I think this is one of the most important lessons we've covered so far. Dog training isn't just about the dog. It's about the people handling them every single day. And that's where a lot of programs fall short. The dog can perform beautifully in training, But if the owners don't understand the timing, the structure, the follow-through, or even the little details that matter most, things start to fall apart once the dog goes home. Today was a perfect example of that. Mistakes happen, tension happens. I almost got bit because instructions weren't followed correctly. But moments like that are part of the process. My job isn't just to train dogs, it's to coach people through the uncomfortable moments, work through conflict professionally, and help them become confident, capable handlers for their dogs long term. I appreciate every single one of you that's been following this journey from the beginning. Thank you for subscribing, supporting the channel, and being part of the process. We've got one final episode left in the Kalani project, and next week we bring everything together. Trust, you're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you guys at the finale.